Hey everyone, Jessie here with Parkbench.com. Today I have the pleasure of interviewing Pat Love, real estate agent with EXP Realty and sponsor and ambassador of a local community website all about North Vancouver in BC. Hi there, Pat. How are you?
Thanks. Hi, Jessie.
Good. Thanks for joining today. Excited to get to know you a little bit more on video.
Sounds good. I'm excited to share, I think.
Wonderful. So, why don't we start with tell us why you first decided to become a real estate agent?
Well, it was a very long time ago now, but basically, I wanted to combine my love of people, connecting with people, which I got from my previous business as being a hairstylist. There's lots of parts of that business that I didn't enjoy, but the people part I really did and still do enjoy connecting with people. And when I was in school, I had a lot of interest in the law. And I guess my ideal plan would have been I'd become a lawyer. But I was not that big of a fan of, 10 years of school, after school. And so I guess I just made the quicker choice. And then when push came to shove, I decided what business could I combine a bit of law with my love of people. So I chose real estate. So that's where that came from.
Wonderful. Well, obviously, you have loads of experience. What are some of the other things that really set you apart as a real estate agent?
Well, I'd say right now, what sets me apart is my community website. Working with Parkbench and sponsoring a website with them is what does set me apart. It allowed me to make connections in my community that I never would have even considered previous. So I'd say that that's what makes me different from the realtor down the street is that I'm all about the community. I love to share events. I love to talk to business owners and help them be successful, particularly with this difficult time we're in now.
Yeah. And I think your Park Bench website really speaks to the proof behind that. You featured all of these local businesses, and it's really amazing to see that. So, when it comes to working with clients, do you have like a memorable experience that you've had?
Well, I was trying to think on that one and trying to specifically find one. And I'd say what makes them stand out is the challenges that come with a real estate transaction. So I would say that I've had a couple that ended up at the end of the day very stressful but successful at the end. So I wish that I could say that sorry, there's the cat's tail. That there's one in particular, but I have so many wonderful clients. And I would just say that real estate brings entertaining experiences every time. And you can always expect things to need adjustment. That's the best
Yep.
thing I could.
I love it. So, with outside of real estate, what is it that you like to do for fun?
Well, right now, the last couple of years, I've fallen down the rabbit hole of genealogy.
Mhm.
So I signed up I guess I got a DNA test done with Ancestry and started building a family tree and started opening all these closets full of skeletons and whatnot. And so if anybody's ever done this, you find that, you'll start doing it and you'll look at your watch and you'll go, oh, I missed lunch. Perhaps I should not miss dinner. And I know it doesn't it's just very interesting to see where the connections are. And what I found most fun about it is the stories that your grandparents tell when the actual facts come out through DNA that, they might be surprised if they actually, it's too bad most of them are gone and you can't share it. But yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with that. That's particularly a pandemic activity.
Yeah, I love that. That's super fascinating. It's not something I've looked into a whole lot, and now I'm curious. So it's always cool when people come up, find these new hobbies that they spill into when we're all doing things a little bit differently. That's really interesting. So, what is it you love most about North Vancouver?
Well, I was also thinking about that when I was posed that question earlier. What I love most is the fact that I've pretty much spent my whole life here. And I know that sounds boring, but the nice thing is that the connections are so deep. I, go on Facebook groups and people will share experiences, and I know half the people sharing the experiences, and I really love that part of it. That's my favorite part. Also, the fact of, we're so close to the mountain and we're so close to the water, and I can look off my deck and see everything. So it's just a lovely place to be, and I guess I've got roots.
Yeah. Well, that really ties into this next question. It's obvious that you are so connected to your community. And I think that's a mix of how long you've been there and what you're doing with Parkbench and all of the features you're doing to highlight local businesses. So you've sponsored this community website year over year that is all about supporting small business and shopping local. So why is that something that's so important to you? Why do you think it is so important that we do support local professionals and really promote shopping small?
Well, I think the nice thing, in particular, I realize this from where I live. I live within walking distance to, very basic mall, like tiny mall, and a Starbucks. And I thought to myself, I can't imagine living in a house where I couldn't just, walk for 5 minutes and be at my Starbucks and that sort of thing. And I know I said Starbucks, and we should all be about supporting small, but there are some small stores around as well that I support. And I think it makes a better community if you get to know the people that work in the shops around you, and, support all the moms who are trying to, add to their family's income, to support local. Like, it's just, and especially now, like, I know that I've interviewed a couple of businesses that have really noticed a drop from their international sales because, the US is promoting shop local. And so we all should be doing that, because I think the landscape of our cities are going to see a huge, huge change from this pandemic. And it's actually quite heartbreaking. I've owned a few small businesses, and I technically am a small business. And it scares me, because we're going to lose our character if we don't support local businesses.
Yep. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think we really did see that in 2020. It's like people need to step up and support. And I think what you're doing by highlighting these small businesses and giving them the opportunity, not just to talk about what they do, but share their stories, is so impactful, because more people need to understand the humans behind the business. And now we've gotten to know the human behind the real estate agent. So I really, really appreciate you taking the time to chat today, Pat.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time to chat too.
Wonderful. Well, thank you everyone so much for watching. Once again, this was Pat Love, real estate agent with EXP Realty. Be sure to check out her local community website at parkbench.com/North Vancouver. And if you have a small business locally and you would like to be featured, be sure to reach out to her today. Thanks again for your time, Pat.
Thank you, Jessie.